And we are live. What's up, everybody? The Ready to Love panel is back to discuss Ready to Love Philly. Where we at now? We have finally made it to the house. Right now, you know what all comes out at the house, as we know. So let's go around, introduce yourselves, and let's discuss it.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Lex Royal here from the Ready to Love Facebook, and I never ever met. The camera looked blurry, so that's what I was looking at. So I'm here. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. Yo, it's your man. You already know who it is. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to dissect this, and I am looking at this through a non-bias lens, all right? With some bias against production, but y'all know how, if you know me, you know how I get down, so you know what it is on how this side.
That's what's up. Go ahead, Fernando.
What's up, folks?
What up?
Oh,
What's up, Lex?
what's going on?
Ain't nothing. No, I'm a little
Oh,
cruise ship. You know,
oh
the
he's
Caribbean.
he's on a space. He's on a spaceship. I see you.
You know what I mean? Light work.
We about to call you Waldo.
In the middle of the Caribbean. Just left St. Croix today. You know what I mean? On the way to St. Thomas tomorrow.
I'm so sick of
Nice.
you.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the life. It's the life. But come on, back to the
What's
show. What we
up?
talking about?
Yeah,
What's up?
yeah. I'll hate on you later on, man.
So we at the house, Fernando. Um, you know what all comes out at the house, and we'll just try to go scene by scene and give all of our perspectives on what we think we're seeing. I think it starts off with the fellas lounge, the down to the five guys. Um, then they have the bus right there, and uh, it feels like a behind the scenes. You could tell a lot from seating position, the way people are moving, what's going on already. So you can already see some things that are going on the bus ride. And plus the production is letting us see the connections. And I've been saying it for weeks to just listen to what Sahara is saying and not what you want to watch. Do y'all believe me now?
What did she
I,
say last time?
I've been saying for weeks that Sahara and Cam go together. Ain't
I said the
nobody want
same
to
thing.
believe me. Hmm?
I said the same thing. I said he cracked that already. He cracked the code.
I wasn't saying all that, but I was saying Sahara's letting us know what's up. She letting us know what it is. So before we even get to Sahara and Jay on the couch, what y'all think about the opening to the show? Some of the conversations that were had with Sahara and Cam, and I think they also had Jay and Kiara. So if you listen to Jay and Kiara's convo on the bus ride over there, it feels like when you already watched later on, it feels like a setup,
that foreshadowing.
Yeah, exactly.
hmm I do feel like because I think typically before they used to like drive in groups, like different sets of people be in different cars. So them being
Mhm.
on a bus together was like, okay, they're trying to do a different way about it. But like you said, it singled out certain people. Some of them were by themselves, sitting by themselves and stuff. Very evident to notice.
Yeah, it's harder to pick and choose. And it's harder to hide from your multiple connections. And it's harder to blame production on the ride up.
hmm
So I kind of like that. But I also feel like they let us know early that Cam wasn't feeling Angie, but it was through another conversation.
Yeah, well, I said she was sitting by herself. She had nobody sitting beside her. I was like, dang.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll call it out when we get there, though.
got you.
Lex, you got mad background noise.
Oh no, sorry.
So I think the first major scene after everyone gets to the house is Sahara and Jay on the couch.
Now, let's step back to last week what my prediction said, right? Because I said what Sahara was doing was egging on the competition, right? I said, this is just a little bit of mess that she's doing. And she gave her that look like, you see what I'm doing? You see me out here? Like, right? And then, what's her name? Is it Kiara or Kara?
Kiara.
Kiara. Okay. She bit on that. She bit on that negative energy, took a nice big bite out of it. And that just got them effed up from the door. And that was my whole prediction on that.
Yeah, I mean, now that I watch it again, I don't think it was a competition thing. I think it was just her slightly exploring, I guess.
I don't see it as exploration, Ty. I think it was mess.
A bit messy.
Yeah, it was low. She knew because my man said we got sister, brother, or we friends or whatever. And then with the thigh grabbing and all this other stuff, come on, man. And she knew that, he was there for homegirl because he don't got no other connections.
So do you think it was meant to be a dig at Kiara or?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I don't think so. I think it was for Cam. I think it was, she was trying to push Cam's buttons and it was kind of like, you see, you know what I mean? Like I could play too. That's what I thought. I don't even think she thought about Kiara,
But there was because there was that beef that happened in the women's lounge before. Remember, and she was like, oh, you're his only connection or whatever. So I think it was a stab on that, and it was like a double hitter.
Yeah, but if both of you predicted that Cam already smashed her, then she's really focusing on her man, and she wants her man to focus on her. Like, a lot of times, from our perspective, a lot of times, when you're watching it, you kind of like, just like I was going back and forth with a lady today in a group where she was like, people should choose love. It don't matter. You choose love and all of this stuff. And I'm like, even though it is a show or production, whatever the case may be, but when you in it in your real feelings, you don't want your man to be like exploring and all of that stuff. And I think that even though she might feel like she's ahead of the game, she still was kind of like, you know what, I'm a play. But really, I really think what they were doing was kind of innocent. Like, he was massaging with his knuckles at first. You know what I mean? Like, come on. And then she had to keep telling them to like go dig. You know what I mean? So anybody listening to that, you kind of be like, nah, ain't nothing there.
Nah, I don't think so.
She said she should get that neck.
Yeah, exactly. And she said, it's going to be a different thing. You get that neck.
I understand it, but what I'm saying is, if a man is into you, would she have to tell you to get the neck, or you going to get the neck? You going to automatically start doing it. But he was having respect for his connection while he was doing it with his knuckles. He was giving a lazy massage. Like, come on, we gonna be for real on this thing. What it's like if that man really wanted her, he would have been pulled up on the neck.
So, I mean, so there's a couple of things we saw. We saw him smack her ass. We saw him talk about naked massages. You know what I mean? What was the other thing? He even choked her.
Mm-hmm. That's what
that was afterwards. That
his
was
leg on her leg. His leg all on her, top of her and stuff. Like,
so, I mean,
he wasn't all the way innocent.
There was some boundaries crossed aside from the physical.
Right.
But again, I don't think it was to be a dig at Kiara. And when she mentioned that in the ladies' lounge, I think she just mentioned, hey, like I feel some heat coming from over this way or from over that way. I don't think it was to get at Kiara specifically.
Well, remember, Kiara, I think she went after him went after her like, oh, is that right? Like, what? Like, what you talking about? And then here it is. This is the follow-up to it.
No, I didn't get that.
I see, to me, the way it plays out is like, I can have your man, take your man off of you, and then it's the other side of, and you better watch Cam because you on thin ice. You see what's going on over here.
And I mean, I do massages, and so the knuckles actually is a good massage. You're getting them knots out real. You're getting deep in there. So, you know what I mean?
I'm not seeing all this. I gotta say it. I'm
Okay.
She looking mighty thirsty for attention. And Kiara, I don't know, her getting upset is just, it was just extra to me. Like I wouldn't feel no type of way about it in this predicament. Like it's different if we in a full-blown relationship and we go somewhere and you doing it to a stranger or somebody on a trip. But in this scenario where it's kind of like, oh, you know, figure out your real connections and yada yada yada, and you know that people pushing you to do that too. Like to me, that's a small thing. It's so much other stuff. He could have sat in his lap and all type of other shit.
No, because you don't
I,
know what he said to her over the phone before they got there. You don't know that conversation. And he probably like, yo, there's gonna be a good time for us to connect, you know, F them. This is me and you. We're gonna do our thing or whatever. And the first thing you do is you get your thighs massaged and everything.
I mean, like look at Rose and Hussein. Rose don't nobody getting no massages or massaging anybody. So I
It
think
don't matter.
certain.
She's in the whole bedroom.
yeah, he
So
he
it's
liked that. But you gotta admit, Paul, if it was the other way around,
all right.
if it was the other way around, it would be an issue.
What
Yo,
what what you mean as far as
If
what?
she had her leg on Cam and Cam was massaging her neck, it would be an issue.
An issue for who though?
And would you say is Cam trying to get at Jay?
No, I mean, see, I don't think men is. I mean, for me, like you know, you men, I don't think we roll like that in that type of environment where we gonna be like, oh man, oh you too, da 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 da. Like men ain't catty like that. It's like, oh, is this who you choosing?
No, I'm not saying that, but
Yep.
I'm pretty sure the men already had the discussion because they men,
Cam
right?
said it. Cam said he was good. Cam was like, "Nah, it ain't bother me." Like I
Right.
told her, explore her other opportunities. But the opposite is that with Kiara, she was like telling. I guess it sounded like she told Jay like, "We locked in, so don't explore nothing. There's nothing to explore. We already locked in." So the fact that you
Mhm.
get there, then you first thing you're doing is rubbing thighs or getting your thighs rubbed is like you kind of breaking what we agreed on. So I kind of see her point if that's the truth. Like he didn't stick to what they agreed upon, and I get it. You should be exploring your opportunity, exploring your other options, but at the same time, it's getting towards the end. So you want to make sure you got your one locked in, and she don't feel the kind of way that you actually exploring still.
Right.
I'm a test player. You're not gonna see no reaction out of me. I'm not saying shit. I'ma just watch it and watch everything play out.
Yeah,
And to me, that was nothing.
yeah, maybe
Yeah, but
because
see, here's the thing too. Again, the cameras go off, so you don't know the goings ons between the cameras on and off, right? So they could be. I mean, she could have stayed the night and woke up in Jay's bed last night. You don't know.
But see, that's the difference. So if they were on a couch or whatever, right? I'm sure Kiara and Jay is in the room together. I'm almost certain. If Rose and Hussein is in the room together, I'm almost certain that those two are in the room together. So yeah, you could have did all that on the couch, but after that couch thing, it's a wrap. Like, if you go missing after that, then we have a problem. But other than that, no, and I'm sure they in the room together. Ain't no so they got to tell me they wasn't together.
Come on, man. Like, I mean, from Jay's perspective, I don't really think there was anything like, I don't think it was a big deal for him or whatever either way, because he's like, man, whatever. However, women, they read into all of that stuff. She probably counted how many fingers he had on her.
Now, see, that right there would get you in trouble. The ass smack is kind of like what?
I mean, hey, go for it. I think if it's a freebie and then she's left.
Oh, that's
Nah.
his sister. That's his
nah,
sister. That
man.
was a friendly slap, like he said. That's his little sister, a little fun slap. That's all. He ain't mean that. He ain't cuff it. He ain't cuff it. He just tapped it. So it's a difference.
Nope.
Yeah.
Right. Like maybe because for me, physical touch is a huge deal for me.
I mean, yeah, you know, like if I was with somebody that I was claiming as my woman, and one of her high school mates or college mates came up and was like, "Yo, hey, what's up, girl?" and then slapped her on the ass like that. That's just a death sentence, like on sight. Like you ain't gonna do it, not in front of my face. Like, you know what I mean?
But what if your
It would escalate from his slap to a punch.
girl put it out there for him?
Well, then they both can go to hell with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you let that shit ride. That's all. That's on you. But you know what I mean?
So,
Yeah, you know that don't work.
So to be clear, do you think Jay was right in this situation? Do you
Yeah,
think Jay did anything wrong?
I don't think he did anything wrong with the context that we saw. I don't think he did anything wrong because, you're supposed to be there to explore all your last connections or whatever. You see what you got to make sure that the person that you leave out of there with is the person that you want to focus on. That said, I don't know what the haps was between all of that. So, I mean, from what I saw, he did what he was supposed to do.
I don't think he did anything wrong, but I would have preferred if it was about the situation. I wouldn't have touched the girl. We could have talked on the couch. We could have, had a little jokes and everything. Michael be giving massages and legs on my thighs. Because if I was Kiara, I would have wanted to see my man Jay like take Sahara's leg off of me or get my leg off of her to kind of show like, hey, I'm creating a boundary. Like I fucked with you, but I'm not going that far with you. To kind of show like I still have my respect for my number one John.
Right. So then that says then that he may not be so much into her,
Into who? Kiara?
Yeah. Because if you are okay with the loss, then there it is.
So would you guys
Listen,
correct? Like no.
if I'm with a woman, all right, and I go and give another woman a hug and squeeze her ass in the process, and I don't care about nobody seeing whatever, then obviously I don't really care too much about the girl that I'm with, because if she gets pissed off, hey, oh well, hell's bells.
I just don't think it was that deep. But okay, so let me ask you something. At the resort, do you think that it's kind of like it's free for all? Like they put up cameras and you just do whatever you want?
The
Or
whole
are
entire
they
show. I'm sorry, go ahead.
or are they telling you to do things? Are they telling you like, hey, you can't spend so much time here, you can't do this, like I need you to focus more on that? Or they tell you like, you know what, remember you got to explore all your options? Because to me, I feel like when you stay locked into one person, even though you have your match, they still can eliminate you because the other girls start talking shit and then it's elimination time. No.
So let me tell you, when you get to that house, here's what they do.
Yeah.
They tell you, all right, get in here and basically see if you can steal somebody else's chick. Because if you are successful with doing that, that exposes that they never had a connection, and then that motherfucker, he's out, and you get to stay. So it's like Game of Thrones, game on. Go for what you know. Take everything you can.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a free for all.
Right. So then maybe she just playing the game too then. Maybe she like, girl, you was arguing with me earlier, so watch this.
So then that would mean we spent all this time talking about it while I was right with what I said in the beginning.
I mean, I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it at first. I thought she was more doing it for Cam, trying to get Cam's attention and stuff like that, But I mean, because of what you just said, now I thought about it and I'm like, okay, maybe.
I mean, think about it. If Cam says, you know what, Sahara, it's over. I'm good. I'm gonna go with Rose. Where does that leave Sahara? Manless.
I think even after that little massage, that little dry massage, I think it still leaves her manless.
I mean, you don't know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
but
Yeah.
you don't know though, because Kiara can say based off of that little massage, I'm done with him. Now
Yeah, she
you have this connection that they're going to be like, oh, this is awesome. Great drama.
yeah,
Put them
yeah,
together, see what you get.
yeah. So let me ask you something. So if your number one drops you, right? Do you move up number two or do you go get a brand new number one?
You get, if you want, I mean, it depends on what you want out of this. You either, you can bow out and say, hey, I don't have no more connections. I'm ready to go. Or you can say, man, look, I ain't going to leave this free meat on the table. Why should I let him eat? I'm taking that.
I mean, like Angie done lost all her connections. I mean, she said she got to come on Cam, but like Angie's still there, so she don't have an actual connection. So it's kind of like that too. It's like my
Exactly.
main one
Yeah.
is gone. I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna find somebody else. I'm gonna work the next connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Angie is like is like kind of like a floater because she doesn't have a true, not, true solid person.
And
Okay.
it's a couple like that. I'll be honest, but yeah.
And I wanna go back real quick when we were talking about the little bus thing. Did you guys like that or would you have preferred to drive?
I would have preferred to drive only because, like, I know not. Yeah, I would have preferred to drive my own car
Wow.
just because, like, the way that when we came in and all that stuff, like in my mind, I felt like this is. You got to remember, this is a part of the show or the recording or whatever, the process where people are really sick and tired by now. They want to be done. And so, like, I immediately, when I went in there, me and Tori had a conversation and I felt like I was ready to go. I said, if you go, I'm going, let's go. We get out of here. And I wanted to drive my own shit so I could leave on my own accord.
Right. I thought the bus was sexy. It gave me like school trips and camp and stuff like that. So I thought it was sexy. I liked it.
It gave
But I
you
feel what you're
penitentiary.
saying.
They know, you got to understand, they learned from previous seasons that people was getting in their rides like, fuck, I'm bouncing.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. So now you there and you're relying on them for transportation. And I'm
Right.
sure that there's somewhere where you can't get an Uber.
Right. But it was still nice to see though. I thought it was sexy, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, I like party buses. So if it gave a party bus vibe, I think that'd been cool. Like, hey, we about to go to the crib. We going to the resort. Yeah. But like I said, also exposed, like, look in the picture, like, Shorty sitting there by herself, sitting by the window. So
Yeah,
kind of
but
kind of shows that too.
that's
Um,
why it was nice because you got to see who was intimate. You got to see what they was whispering to each other.
Hold on, but Ty, keep it here. Now, Hussein, he's totally disinterested in this whole situation. Everybody else is engaged, and he's like, "Man, let me see. Wonder what I put in my stocks and my 401k last week. I need to check my report."
Yeah, I had saw some things that he's saying this episode. That kind of
You
explain
know,
what the lady was saying about it being a little bit lazy in the communications.
I thought Hussein was a player, and I figured he like, you know what? I'm not gonna give too much to one and not be able to give it to the other. So I'm gonna look out the window this way while they two play with each other.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw. Yeah, I did see a little bit of that this episode. Who's saying like he could still go either way.
Yeah, he's like, man, I don't even feel like it right now, for real.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like the bus makes you decide early. If you don't have to, like if you have multiple connections, the bus is immediately making you choose a connection.
And who you gonna sit beside?
Aren't they outnumbered?
You know?
Aren't they outnumbered though on the bus?
There's more women than men, I think, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
But if
yeah.
you have multiple connections, you're not riding the bus next to a dude.
Mm.
And if that's a 2 to 3 hour bus ride, you know, that's
It
hours.
wasn't. They said it was in Jersey.
Oh yeah, you definitely ain't getting no Uber back from there.
Mhm.
So yeah, they locked them people down. That's a shame. They took them on the penitentiary wagon.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, you know, last year, you know, my guy pulled off during the resort trip. So I get it now. They were like, listen, everybody on the bus. Ain't nobody leaving.
Who was
Doors are
that? I
locked.
forgot.
Oh man, you got the AirPods in? Oh yeah.
Oh,
We're not,
leave my man alone, yo. Stop, yo.
he's like, we're not interested.
Right.
We're not interested in what you're selling.
So any other thoughts on the bus ride on Sahara and Jay at the couch?
Now, hold on, look at this. You see how he had her cuffed? That's a true cuff. That's a cuff that you know that's yours. You know what you did. Like, come here. You already know what it is. Sit your ass here.
I'm trying to find the chat. The comment.
Yeah, they locked in. I've been saying that for weeks.
Yeah.
Are there any comments about that? I can't find them.
No, it's just about the bus
Okay.
right now. I think we can move on to Hussein and Cam now.
Yeah.
In the room together.
Who in the room together?
So it's Cam. No, it was after this. Cam and Rose ended up being in the room together because they won the rock paper scissors.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Okay.
He brings her stuff to the room. But even then, I was like, he can't help himself. So he in there flirting with her, calling him her man. You know, and she was clearly trying to keep it cute in there.
Who, Rose?
Yeah.
He was picking out her pajamas. What you mean? She kept it cute, but she also kept it flirty.
No, the pajamas was Hussein.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Got it. Yeah. Got it. My fault.
Rose brought Cam shirts though.
Yeah. It felt like a little bit of a stiff arm, man, like the Heisman. Like, hey, people was watching. Let's just keep it professional right now.
I'm tracking. Facts.
Yeah. And then even in that conversation, I think he mentioned something about, I only have one more connection than you. Meaning he only got 2, and therefore he ain't even counting Angie.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked up on that. But I do feel like it wasn't the whole entire conversation. Audio was off.
Yeah.
But I think it was good. It still kind of showed that there's still something between Rose and Cam, and I think it helps build both of their arcs,
Yeah, I feel like Rose is on the fence. Like, look, I mean, I know you got all these connections. It's highly unlikely that you and I will leave, but the door's open. The door's open. And I feel like she's probably leaning more towards Hussein, but if Cam chooses her, which he won't, but if he did, she would be with it. And I think she might drop off on Hussein, which would mean, a multitude of things would happen.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I don't think that, I don't know, it's just the engagement that Hussein is given. Like, look, man, I do this shit all the time. I ain't. Come on. What? All right, whatever.
Yeah.
So, question: how would you feel watching it back? Say Hussein and Rose does leave together, and he's watching it back, and he sees that she purchased shirts for Cam.
Oh, you're fired. That'd be an instant. I think that right there will get her ass fired. But We don't know what got what she might have bought for Hussein because they like to omit things to tell a story from a different angle. So she could have bought both of them shirts.
No, that's fine, but I'm just saying, like, how would you feel as the man? Like, your girl did that to you. You watch it back and you see that she gave another man a gift. Whether she gave you a gift or not,
It would,
it's still.
yeah. It would depend on the types of conversations that we had in the dark, right? Because if we just keeping it high level, like what they doing right now, I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't care.
Right.
But
It's a shirt.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the difference you got, I'm like, I don't know, a system like the other show or something that's significant. But a little t-shirt, I mean, okay, appreciate it. Like, I won't be jealous as a man. Like, I won't think much of it personally.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hussein probably like shirts. I mean, shit. I got like a closet full of shirts.
Yeah, I'm
How do I
Right.
care about that?
room with it.
Shirt.
Or like she wearing my shirt right now tonight. She in my shirt tonight. So
Right. He's so unbothered by everything.
yeah, Hussein is good, yo. Hussein is
Yeah,
good. Like,
he's
I got this.
unbothered.
All right. I think the next thing was the Cam, Hussein, and Angie have a conversation about being spicy versus being toxic.
You mean Jasmine Sullivan?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. What y'all think?
I mean, I don't know. That sounds like the catty stuff, that I would expect.
Yeah. My only rule for that was like, I would never hurt you intentionally. Right. And it can be how you perceive it. You could have perceived it as intentional.
Mm-hmm.
But I would always ask you not to intentionally try to hurt me back. If you sitting there plotting and planning on something that you could do to me, like, I don't need that in my life.
Yeah. I'd rather just be solo dolo.
Yeah.
Get your ass on. Get on before you get spit on.
Yeah.
I think most women that end up busting out windows are the women that go back. So I think it's really stupid because you're going back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why are we even here? Why are we wasting time? Why are you wasting money? He could have took you out on a makeup date with that money. You being stupid. I don't know, but she was toxic as hell for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like
you know what,
seeking
though?
revenge and no respect for.
Yeah,
Like, you don't need to
exactly.
get revenge. You can walk off before you get revenge. You feel me? So
Right. But why is it? I just want to know, why is it that women that are toxic like that bust the windows out, throw bricks and all that, why do they all got that fire? You know what I'm saying?
You talking about the sex?
yeah, yo, the toxic ones, boy, they got that.
I'm just saying.
I got 500 for the deductible. I got 500 for the deductible. Fuck it. Come back, boo. Come back, boo.
Every time I try to leave, something keep pulling me back.
So let me ask you something. Like, let's be for real. You never had somebody who was toxic who didn't have a fire?
No,
because it translates. It translates.
Yeah, they know they could be toxic a little bit because they know, they got that fire. So it's like,
he ain't going nowhere.
So all right, so let me do some math real quick. So she got the fire, but she's single on a show at 40.
I mean,
she's toxic.
It could be other things.
Most toxic women are single.
Yeah.
So you don't get so having a fire don't get you wife.
No, here's the thing. You at first you come off like that toxic stuff. They come off sweet. You know what I mean? Love bomb the shit out of you and all that other good stuff, and then you fall into that and you're like, oh, she all right, and then the argument kicks in.
So by that time you already caught up. Got you.
Yeah, and what she does is she apologizes and she makes it right for you.
She buy you a gift, some little dumb gift, little watch or something.
And then she comes and she does everything she's supposed to do with the gift. And then you like, damn. All right.
And like, it's still fire. It's still fire.
So then what you saying, I just want to get it right for the ladies in the back. So what you saying is it's okay to bust your windows out then?
It is
No,
not okay. It is not
not
okay.
okay.
It is never okay to do that. But what I'm just saying is that I've identified a trend amongst women that do that.
Gotcha.
Because you can get you a quiet girl. She don't cause you no problems, no arguments, but she might not have that fire. So you're
Exactly.
like, shit. So you're like, well, she cool. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, she ain't like the last one that broke my
right.
windows and shit.
This is so interesting. So then basically what you guys are admitting to me right now is that you're all toxic.
What? No.
We
you like
just
toxic.
But you're willing
No, we hate toxic.
to allow a little bit of crazy.
But
It's like
see,
Kanye. Every genius, every great person has this like offside to him. You know what I mean? Like this bad side to him. This thing that you can't stand. 80-20 rule. You feel me? So it's just like with the 80, she might be beautiful, got a bomb body, she got that fire. But with that 20, you know what she easily triggered. And when she triggered, she goes 0 to 100 real quick. So that's like the trade-off. So you're like, damn, so you do everything else right, but your attitude is terrible.
Right.
But wouldn't that mean you would have to do something bad in order to trigger her?
No, no, because they misinterpret something. Like we said, intentions versus perspective, right? So she assumed I did it because X, Y, Z. But I let her know, no, that was my intent. But I understand you took it that way, and I apologize for you receiving it that way. But I never intended for it to come that way towards you or make you feel that kind of way. But they don't hear none of that. They don't hear none of that. They just hear that you did X, Y, Z, and then they just mad. So
right.
All right.
Yeah.
So I keep hearing men say y'all want peace. Y'all saying different, so now I'm confused.
No, we want
That's
peace.
how I tell you. Confusing.
Want a piece of that? Want a piece of that fire? Want a piece of that fire?
Because they toxic, ladies.
We want what we want is we want the fire, but we don't want the problem that goes along with the fire. And that's where we like, yo, yeah, we ain't getting open. I ain't getting my peace. My peace is not being met. Now I'm being met everywhere else, but in that area. So if you ain't giving me my peace, I gotta say peace.
But doesn't that turn you into a cheater?
What's that?
No.
Come on now, let's be for real. So you got peace, you got the good girl, you got peace, but she don't got the fire, because that's basically what you're saying. So everybody knows you're gonna want the fire. No. So don't eventually.
If she don't have a fire, then she doesn't qualify for that level of girl.
Right.
You know, you're disqualified.
It's more like lower your tone.
Yeah.
Yo, stupid.
Oh.
We talk. I think we're getting to so is that Rose and Cam's convo? I think after this convo, I think this is like a real quick brush off of Jay by Kiara, and then after that we get Cam and Angie's talk. But I think that talk was just to close the loop with Cam and Angie, because Cam had mentioned something about what did he say? Clearly, I've already chosen, or something like that.
Right.
Towards the end.
Yeah. That little conversation was set up by production, because you don't just get into that space and then magically there's like 2 cameras that just happen to be there. You know what I'm saying? Because there's like 2 cameras, a sound man, and everything else. They set that up.
They had the 1 shot, the 2 shot, the wide angle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, can I tell you how some of the bloggers was going in on Cisco, the way he's sleeping on the couch? Like, he finally got a couch. One lady said he sleep on a cot.
Yeah, I made a note.
Yo, that's a cold world, boy.
Yeah. I made a note that seemed like he checked out. Seemed like he was checked out. what did I put it? Even at the men's lounge at the beginning, he just seemed tired, and even his conversation with Tay, just something felt off, like he wasn't in.
But I feel like he already won. They was together on a car in the bus. She picked him to sleep with her in the what you call it. He don't got no more work to do. He won.
And got the lap dance.
Yeah,
good.
He just yeah.
And I feel like they had sex, and I feel like when you hit it, he like she ain't going nowhere. She cool.
Either that, or he was like, "No, she ain't got that fire."
Damn.
It could go either way. We don't know. But
I mean, it's like with them two, right? Like if I'm not mistaken, Khalil made a comment like he wasn't surprised that she picked Cisco for the lap dance. So I feel like that was a way where like top Kiara and Jay should have been. Like, even though Khalil was there and Tay could have possibly hollered at Khalil, she didn't. It seemed as though she probably had a main focus on Cisco. And it didn't appear Cisco was trying to talk to anybody else. So I kind of think that's how Jay and Kiara should have took it. Like, other people are here, but at this point now, we pretty much locked in. So let's just kind of focus on ourselves and keep it like that.
Yeah. I mean,
there
could be something to that.
Yeah, the whole conversation with Angie and Cam, the way he went off by himself, and the way that she entered the room and just kind of asked, "Can she stay?" And he was like, "Okay, whatever." And then it just jumps into a full-blown conversation.
Yeah, with no organic build-up.
No.
Well, I mean, what kind of organic buildup? Like, you see that he was turned off by what she said, and he excused himself instead of acting out. And she wanted to see, I think you could feel when the energy shifts. So I think she felt it, and she wanted to see, and then maybe Angie in her mind is thinking like, y'all, like, well, if she listened to something like this, so let's say somebody listening to something like this and they hear about people who bust windows, that mean you got the fire. So now she joined the team and she like, well, shit, I bust windows. So now that means that I have a good cat. So that means you should work harder.
No.
No, some people just crazy. Don't get no excuses. Nah.
But I asked you that earlier and you was like, nah. I asked you, I said,
okay, so to Angie, right? I think Angie can shoot herself in the foot throughout the whole season because earlier she was cool with Eddie, but then she talked about how she had male friends that she's going to keep around, and why does Eddie have an issue with it? And I think she might even call him insecure of having a problem with it. And it's like, damn, like, I don't know if she's saying too much or people are just showing her real side and the guys aren't feeling her real side. So between the male friends, the busting windows, it's like you're not helping yourself. So either whether she got fire or not, she got some other things going on too.
Yeah, that part.
But women don't care about that because women think y'all all want sex. So if she got good sex, then y'all should be dug in, just to let you know.
But you can't self-diagnose yourself.
Exactly. That's the thing.
No, but all she need is a repeat offender. She bust somebody windows out. He came back, and and then maybe she heard conversations like this about herself. I don't know.
The level of fire is subjective.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, check this out. If I'm 6'5", right? I'm 6'5", and if I stand in the pool that's 5 feet tall, and you ask me, is it deep? I'm like, nah, not so much. But if somebody 5'1" gets in the water and you say it's deep, they gonna say, hell yeah, it's damn near up to my neck. So the report is different on it.
Yeah, like Eddie Murphy said, you ain't had no cracker in a while. It's gonna be the best cracker you ever tasted.
Right. This is Ritz.
Right.
Oh man.
Exactly.
Where we at? Jay and Kiara at the table. Yeah, so we was getting to Jay and Kiara. That was real quick. Then we get to Cam and Angie closing the loop. And I think after that was but I think she did explain it right though. I think she did explain it about the question that was asked, and all she did was answer the question. It doesn't mean that she would do that now.
I mean,
You know.
this goes
For
back,
what?
there's let's slide back to what was it, Miami?
Mhm.
Morgan.
Yeah.
And Morgan made controversial statements
Yeah.
kind of like that, and more than once or twice. And so, you already know what road that went down. And I think they're making that same sort of play. Ready to Love, the problem is they come up with the same characters in different bodies every time.
Mhm.
You got Clifton on this show right here, you got Demetrius, and then you got all of these rest of these characters that's being played throughout this whole thing. And I'm sure, Ty, from your season, you can say, oh yeah, this is that person from this, this season, and there's a Phil on here and whatever. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Do they give you guys lines to fit the character?
Yeah, they do. They have that phone thing there, and they put it up, and they say, whenever you're in the middle of your conversation, right? They say this.
Yeah, I think it's just them closing their loop right now. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Quick, done. I think it even helped Cam.
Yo, I think Cam didn't get his flowers though, man, because Cam was out of there early in the season. I thought he was, and then now he got options. He got three of them.
Okay.
He got I mean, might this one, might like that one. So he really came up throughout the season.
And that's exactly what I said last week when you wasn't here. Said the same thing to Todd. The way that they played him out, like made it look like, he ain't got too much shaking. He's not open. He's closed. He don't talk. You know what I mean? I thought he was going to be out of there.
I think that if they would have removed Cam, though, they would have had to keep somebody else.
Say that again.
If they would have removed Cam, they would have had to keep somebody else. So who would they have kept?
I don't know, Eddie. Maybe the dude, the other dude that what's his name? Nasim or
Naeem with the 5 kids. Like, people are already saying that the show was fake because he's been on it too long.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
You always say the show fake.
Huh?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm saying because they, in history, when people have a bunch of kids, they usually cut them kind of fast too.
Yeah, but I think Naeem would have been the Cam because he would have had more options. He could have hollered at D. He had a little thing with Tay at one moment. So I think he would have been a person with multiple options if it wasn't for Cam.
Why I don't know about that. I think Cam is a good candidate because Cam has the job. He's the ultimate like guy, right? He seems cool. He has the profession and he has no children. So he's a winner. Like, there's no way you would have sent home that. Tall, dark, and handsome. Like, ain't no way you're gonna send that home.
He was on the chopping block though. So that was like to say that was the point. That was like early in the season, I mean, saying he was a chump. And all of a sudden now he kind of like built himself up. You know what I mean? Whether he got more confidence or he just opened up to everybody, then he did better.
Or that could just be a part of his storyline, and they had showed some boring ass clips that he took at the beginning, and was like, "Yeah, this is, ladies and gentlemen, Cam."
Got you. So okay, so we're gonna skipping past the him and Angie thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a closeout.
Yeah, I think
that's a part of the show where production said in this on tape.
Do you think Angie knew that they was closed after that?
Yes, They had they had a conversation with them too. And they said, Cam, do you like Angie? Nah, not really, not so much. Angie, where do you think you're at with Cam? I don't think it's happening. Okay, well, guys, we need you to do this on camera.
Oh,
And that was that.
got you. Okay, perfect. I didn't like the way that she grabbed his head and had like mugged him in his face and shit.
Damn.
All right, what next? Where we at?
Trying to start some controversy with this Jenga.
Is that y'all official game? People been saying that that's y'all official game. Truth or what is it? Truth or dare or something?
The easiest,
No.
right? I think it's the easiest to play some type of truth or dare.
You know what? I'll tell you, when we did Truth or Dare, I think we was the first season to do it. Literally, no, like that wasn't something that we were trying to do. Laverne literally came out of nowhere with that, with his shit out of nowhere, talking about y'all want to play some Truth or Dare, and they probably saw that worked so well to create drama that they said, "Oh, let's stay with that format."
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to do that shit on Never Ever Met, and I shut that shit down.
Because
You dry, yo.
it
Why would you
early.
do that?
It made people choose early.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then there was a fork in the road for y'all season after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold. Come back a little bit, just a little bit to after Cisco slaps on her. You see that part right there. Cisco right here. He resigned from the situation with that. Not here.
Back.
Yeah, it's back. Right after she got up from doing the lap dance.
Oh, the slap.
Yeah. Right
Yeah,
after that. Boom, right there. He checked out. I feel like he's probably like, man, I'm just here. Like his whole energy, you can see there was an energy shift in that moment.
Yeah, he didn't really seem engaged for the weekend. Like something else was going on with him.
Yeah.
Y'all some analytical for real. Y'all some real
It
analysts.
seemed like he never got up to go look for a
Yeah,
room.
he's disengaged. He's like, man.
Yeah, right here. He won't go
Yeah.
outside or nothing. He was like, I'm good. Y'all going to the pool? What you going to the pool
Mhm.
for? I'm good. Yeah, I saw that.
He's like,
Do you think that maybe he feels he too old for it?
nah, I think that Cisco is probably he's probably in a space where he's like, man, look, this is probably the best one that'll work with me, and I probably, had better.
Yeah, it looked like he thinking about something else.
Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, take this.
Yeah,
Let me go now.
It's like, let me buy myself a few minutes.
And then
That's what it feels like, you know.
I swear I'm gonna run my next relationship by you guys.
Look at this. See that?
Yeah.
That's the look of I'd like for you to go now.
Right. Go have your little fun. Go play with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe like he wasn't feeling good. Maybe
He was like this here. He was like,
all right. So
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How do y'all get paid? Do you get it? Is it like bi-weekly, weekly, or at the end of everything? Like when you leave, then they cut your check.
paid every episode.
You get paid for every episode?
You get like a bunch of checks. We got a
Yeah.
bunch of checks every few weeks or so.
Yeah, and we got that COVID money too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello. Hazardous pay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was nice though. That was nice. They gave us that little COVID check.
That was cool.
This was kind of cute. I mean, it could have been more, but I think Rose is keeping it professional. So it's really hard to do much, right? Like there ain't no matching pajamas or people walking out in towels or anything like that with her. So
and they sleeping in the same room, right?
In the same room, not the same bed, but she did say
If
She
you
might,
want to get,
she
you want to
could
get
jump
that
over
shit
there
right.
if she wanted to.
Yeah. Maybe Cisco behaves like that.
Damn, boy.
Like
Y'all comments.
So hold on, let me time out. Let me address the lack of success
All
thing
right.
because I don't believe that Cisco is not successful. I mean, he may not be, millionaire successful or whatever. I don't think that he's down bad on his luck. I just don't believe it. I think maybe he had a bump in the road or something during that time, but I'm not getting a good, clear picture that this man is down on his luck.
Yeah.
I agree. And
And I think that because he was vulnerable and shared one situation or a moment in time on the show used that to define his character wise. You know what I mean? They use that to say, this is the character that is, not doing so good financially, but he's a great guy. And then they got him paired up with somebody who is in a successful role.
Yeah.
And they're trying to establish that, that sort of, tug and pull.
So I
Right.
would say that's a brand new character for Ready to Love because they never showed anybody being this down and out. Usually they just make him a personal trainer.
Well,
Well,
the
somebody
thing
had a
is,
roommate before,
Yeah.
and they
Dude
got
had a
dragged for being a
roommate
roommate.
in
He got
Miami.
eliminated first episode. Yeah.
yeah.
They killed him for it.
Mm-hmm.
For having a roommate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
But
And
I don't think
for Cisco, right? I just want to say, I think people always say, like, why are you on the show if you down bad, right? Or you're going through XYZ. We don't know when he applied for the show or when he
No.
got, asked to be on the show or whatever. His things could have been cool. Things could have been up and up. And then when he got on but by the time the show started filming, things went left in his life. He ended up losing whatever. Or on the flip side, if a man's trying to do better, he's trying to progress, and he knows this is a temporary situation. Like I'm right now, I'm renting a room, I'm stacking my cheese up, I'm about to get a car and a house, you know what I mean, in a couple of days or a couple of weeks or whatever. It's just bad timing. He's on the show in the midst of trying to come up. So I don't
So,
think people should down him for trying to do
Yeah.
better, trying to find a woman
Tyrone,
that needs him. Like, come on, man.
right.
He's not a bad guy.
Ty-
He's not a bad dude.
Can you highlight that last comment? I want to address this.
Marriott.
Yes. All
Yeah.
right. Renting a room is not success. All right. Let me just address this one little part. Not renting a room is not success. To me, if you can provide shelter for yourself, you've done something. Because there are people out here, you go down DC, there's people with tents, right? Though that's not success, right? But so it doesn't mean that, the bigger the house, the smaller the house, it doesn't matter. You have to be able to put something over your head. Now, there wasn't he crying part. This is the other part that, is baffling because everybody has an expectation that men should not have vulnerable emotions and feelings and things like that. And that's why we've gotten ourselves in a culture where you got these kids, shooting and doing all this other crazy stuff because the expectation of men is to be tough all the time and is to never show, that you can be vulnerable. So yeah, if the man cried, good for him because he's letting it out. And you have to cry, you have to, go this way in order to come this way. So you got to let out that old stuff and then build yourself back up. So there's not a shot. I mean, we do what we can as men. Not to go too deep, but I was broke before, down to, $1,500. And I used that at one point to say, this is where I'll never be again. And I never was there ever before. So, this is a learning lesson for him.
Like, and on the same, I can say this, right? I won't say I was homeless, but I chose not to have a home, and I had 6 figures in my account. But I'd rather
Right.
wait until I have the place I wanted. So if someone saw me at that very moment, and they was like, "Yo, I'm staying at my man crib right now," they be like, "Oh, what? Buy a house I wanted to." I'm just right now. I'm choosing to take the time and invest the time to get what I actually want. So don't judge a man on a separate situation. And then to her
Mhm.
comment about his friends, now that I agree with.
Mhm.
he didn't have a car, and the guys got on tape about her having an issue with that. It's understandable for a woman to have an issue with a man not having a car, because then he's almost a liability to her, because she got to
Yeah,
make
no
sure he
doubt.
gets there somehow and stuff like that. So I get that part wasn't cool. I do feel like his friends were a little extra on that part, but that's a couple episodes ago. So yeah.
I feel like the whole situation is a lie. I feel like, even if he is in the room, I think it might be by choice. I didn't really buy it. I just thought it was a story. Like, I think I said it before. Like, I think it was like, everybody, like, there was a time in marketing where they tell you, like, have a story and make people relatable and yada, 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 and I think that was his story. So it's like the beginning of, so I was on Ready to Love and I was down bad. And then now I'm full in commercials and TV shows and all type of shit, because he's flying out, you know what I'm saying? And he's making moves. We seen that, you know what I'm saying? So we see a lot of stuff that's going on that doesn't really equal up to that math, but I just think he created his own character, and I think it kind of shot him in his foot because he was upset about the backlash that he got from it. But I really just think it was supposed to be like a success story. Ain't no way he looked like that and he really don't have nowhere to lay his head. If he did it, he just chose to do it. That's the way he wanted to go about it. And everybody, like, also too, sometimes when you go through a divorce, people have up and down, and if he had a crib and it was his crib and he left it for the wife and the kids or whatever, I commend him for that. You know what I mean? So he probably like, well, shit, I could get it again. If you're a hustler or you grind or whatever, that's in your mindset. So, if it is real and that's the route, then kudos. Shit, Tyler Perry was in his car.
Right. So I'll say this. One word of advice for anybody that's listening to this. If you ever want to get rich, if you ever want to be rich, live like you're broke and you will be there.
Yeah, below your means. Yep.
Yep. Tell him.
But at the same time, I understand how it feels like when you date in your background. But I mean, I don't know. Like, isn't, like, we could play devil's advocate. So isn't Tay being super successful, like, yeah, you don't want anybody to be that liability, but at the same time, you do got the wiggle room that if you want to take in somebody that is a body and he's servicing you right and whatever the case may be, and you could do it. I mean, not everybody loses at that gamble.
Now, let's be clear. Success is going to be defined by the person that is measuring it, right? Because you may say, like, Tay is successful. Like me, maybe I might look at that and say, that's not successful. She still wakes up in the morning and works for somebody. I don't, or she may, she has to answer to somebody, or she has, she still has to pay, for whatever.
Right.
It's not me.
Well, I
So,
mean,
so it's, I mean, I'm just
yeah, I
saying.
didn't
So,
mean like
no,
rich.
no, I'm not saying. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, as far as like when she, everybody has to get to somewhere, right? The when you met your last man, and when Ty met his last girlfriend, and or whatever, that's not the last place that they'll ever be in life. But you have a starting point, right? If you know somebody, like, for example, if Cisco's story was right now, I don't talk to my peoples, I haven't talked to my moms or whatever. We don't know what that, that situation was about. And right now, I just landed in a bad space. I'm trying to put the pieces back together, right? You have to understand that there's a couple of things that are true. One, it takes a lot of emotional grit to admit those things to an audience. That's number one.
Yeah.
The strongest person sometimes can never really be honest and be strong enough to face their own reality, right? And so when somebody can level up to that and say, I'm here, I got here, and this is what I'm trying to dig out from, right? You have to look at that whole picture and say, okay, well, there's strength in that alone. So is that the type of person that you would like to build with, or would you like to build with somebody that's going to say, "Oh, don't worry, I got it, I got this"?
I think it's a catch-22. I think it just depends on where you at as a person and what you want to put up with. Like if you never really dealt with the drama or whatever and you got a little time for some drama, then rock out. I think it's the equivalent to Angie busting out the windows. To be honest with you, like y'all, y'all might not have the girl that's broke, but y'all have the toxic girl. And then for a woman, she has her career set up or whatever, but then she ends up to a guy that can't meet her financially. So it's like it's that catch-22. So I just say if you got the time for it, then shit, go for it. I mean, it's all an experience at the end of the day. You never know what
Yeah,
can happen. But I feel like, you know, go ahead.
I think 80-20 rule at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's just like, what can you put up with? Because if somebody sees the potential in Cisco, then they may invest in him and get him, or be patient until he gets to where he needs to be at. And then if enough time goes by and he doesn't improve, he doesn't show any, drive, any grit, then you're like, you know what, you all talk. You know what I mean? But give him an opportunity to show and prove before you just label him as XYZ. You feel me? Because like y'all talk about
So
him like he a bum, and it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like he don't have bum qualities or he does anything that's bummish, but y'all just see him because of him saying that I ain't got the crib, I ain't got the car. Automatically, y'all just disregard him like he ain't doing nothing.
right.
Don't get it twisted too though. They got a saying where they call you house poor. You know what I'm saying? Like you buy this house and it looks good and everything, but you can't really afford the shit inside and all type of shit. So, it
So
is what it is.
so let me just ask this question though. I'm sure that most people here, I'm sure you saw kind of what Cisco is doing these days, right? I mean,
Mhm.
if you follow him on IG or you see what he's doing in the group or whatever. That being said, does that look like the same Cisco that was on the show talking about he's living in a room? Or does this look like the Cisco that said, I lived in a room once and now I climbed up and I'm elevating? And that is the man that she's leaving behind, the person that had the perseverance to level up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time too, we have to remember that, a lot of times they tell you, like, especially on social media where a lot of people are getting their relationship advice, they like, you can't fall for potential. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because
I agree.
it's like, so I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I
I
don't know.
mean, listen, if I gave you a hammer, you have the potential to use that hammer to destroy something or the potential to build something.
Well, you
If you
know
got
what? You can give a person that stuff, and I can speak from experience because I did that with my ex-husband. So my kid's father is one person, and he took care of me, gave me everything or whatever. And then I got with my ex-husband, and I picked him for a certain reason. You know what I mean? But I had to put out money. I sent him to go get his CDL, and he kind of like fucked it off. It was kind of like he did it, but he didn't do it like how we planned to do it. He didn't have the ambition that I wanted him to do, like go cross country and whatever the case may be. He wanted to come home every night on some lazy shit and hang with his friends and stuff. So even though you can help somebody do something or get them the blueprint or whatever the case may be, if it's not in them, they not going to do it. You just have to wait until they have it, So like I said before, I think personally is if you have the time. If you got the time and the money and you don't mind it, then rock out. If you
right.
don't get the time and the money and maybe you want kids and you want a certain lifestyle, then you don't do it.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to pick them up and house them.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, like I said, you have to talk to people and see what the plan is. What is your plan? And then how do you plan on executing those steps? And what does execution look like and where are you at in your execution right now? Those sorts of things. So, I mean,
Moat meant for anything.
Yeah, I would say do your research.
wow, straight to patwa. All right,
Ask,
cool.
ask the questions about the person. See what your level of patience is for it, and you got to make that decision on your own. Because it's subjective. If you see potential in the person, then go for it.
Just don't get pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that got it right. There's people that got it wrong. There's millionaire actors that didn't get put on until their 50s and 60s.
Thanks.
So it happens. Like I remember my rock bottom because I took pictures and video of it, and I never wanted to forget it. And it wasn't that long ago. It just depends on the circumstances and what you were trying to do. But I think P.O. made a good point about it's how you rebound. You know, like when you hit rock bottom, realize you're at rock bottom, and then say, okay, now that I'm here, what am I going to do about it?
You shouldn't date at rock bottom, though.
Well, you should be lonely.
You
Why
can,
not?
You should be.
People got needs.
I could buy you. I could buy you the best thing off the dollar menu.
Wait a minute. Hear me out. I didn't say you can't fuck. And you know, everybody usually has a bottom chick that he can always go and sleep with. Deal with her. Don't go into nobody else's new life and try, you know, do whatever. Get yourself together first, and then, you know, come back. Find me. I'll be here.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wasn't trying to go on dates and all that because I couldn't. But
Right.
you know, you there's people that you know that believe in you still, and
right. So you have a chick that is going. That's why I said somebody going to sleep with him. Somebody going to house him. You know what I mean? The way that he looked, like he's not suffering. Trust me, I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a mommy that cooked for him every night.
That's
room
good.
or no room.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
We're
I
gonna call it what
ain't
it
mad
is.
at him.
But anyway, I'm off of him. What's next? Who next?
Yeah, good.
Oh man, I think we are at Jay and Kiara.
Wait, real quick. Did we talk about Hussein?
So we did Rose and Hussein's talk at the bed about sharing a room.
Well, not that. You know Hussein wanted the skinny dip, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know. It's like he's giving me low-key freak vibes or something. Like his friends talking.
You're right. You're right. I saw some player come out of him this episode.
Yeah, it seemed like
There was a comment that I caught. There was a comment that I caught with him, Cam, and Rose, and they were having a conversation. And I'm pretty sure it was Hussein. You could hear Hussein say, "Well, it is 2 beds in here."
Well,
I did hear that, but what you thought that meant?
I don't know what it meant, but it meant, you know, just felt like he'd been here before. You know, like he's not really stressed. And now I'm starting to believe the ladies about, you know, his lack of communication. And he could say one thing, but, you know, the more you see it, it starts to feel like, oh, like he's done this quite a few times. Like he could get chicks if he want to get chicks. If he want to let this one go, it just don't seem like it'll be a big issue. It'll sting a little bit. You know, it'll sting. But and I think that's what's helping him through the show.
He's an ex-baller too, right? So
yeah, I think it's helping him through the show. Or maybe he already done had a conversation. He already locked in, and he don't need to worry. You know. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So where were you going with it?
Jay and Kiara. He wasn't understanding that the physical touch was a boundary that he shouldn't have crossed.
I'm with Jay on this one. Like she was overreacting. Like it was just extra to me. And then even the way that she talked about it was disgusting. Like you basically got your back to me, you talking into the pillow. Like, what are we doing here? Are we acting and you can't really pull off the scene? Like, what's happening?
I think she's just mad. She's just mad.
Yeah, but the way that you communicate, like, look at that. Like, all of it is just wrong.
Yeah.
You know. And the man clearly like, huh?
She did it way better with that. Like the way her attitude was, it was no type of conflict resolution at all. Now, if it was bad time and if we had some time to talk about it later on, I can understand that. Like just the reaction was just like dismissive and so much attitude, and it was like he did nothing liberally towards her. He was doing on purpose to hurt her. He was just playing the game as part of the show. And the way that she got mad about it kind of just kind of show like maybe she'll understand how rated love actually works.
I understand all y'all, but like when I try to look at it her from her perspective, they done put in all this time, right? Being together, going through all of the different processes, all of the different dates, to have the conversation about how the weekend was gonna go, and then according to her, he messed it up the very first opportunity he had. As soon as they walk in the door, done. Now she got to spend the next 2 days knowing that that took place.
She's overreacting. She's overreacting, and I don't like it. Like it really turned me off, and it was kind of like, yo, you brought a whole goofy on there to talk all this crazy shit, and he rolled with it, and now this little thing, and you all like flustered. Come on, man, let's get it together. And from my understanding, I mean, I don't really know for sure how old she is, but some people are saying she was older, so she shouldn't be acting like she should know how to communicate better than that.
Yeah, I feel you. I definitely think they both could have handled it differently. Like in the end, I would have still had some security in myself to not like act crazy like that. You know?
Yeah, that made me feel like, she got real deep insecurity issues because, something like that is like, I don't know. But I mean, I guess I'm
Nah,
just,
you know what it is? She got that
what?
fire. She got that fire.
Who
I'm
got the
joking. I'm
fire?
joking. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. All jokes, y'all.
Son,
All jokes. All jokes.
I'm about to say, if you got the fire, you should be a little bit more secure than that.
Mhm.
What that say? I saw her in the interview.
She
She
apologized.
apologized
So yeah.
before it was aired. Yeah, like, let me ask you something. Do you guys get to watch back the episodes before they get on TV?
At the
Mm-mm.
reunion, that's it.
At the at the reunion, you get to see what, the whole show before the reunion?
No, they
Mm-mm.
play clips as you're sitting at the reunion. So you're like, oh, that happened.
Like
Oh,
we didn't even
snap.
see that
Okay.
shit. That's new shit at the reunion.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, we watching it the same time y'all watching it.
Yep.
oh wow. So then, but somebody said, she apologized before it aired, so that's why.
Maybe she know what she did. She know how she acted. She probably
She
was
know
like,
it's
yo,
coming.
she know I ain't look good. Yeah, she know I ain't look good.
Right.
I mean, we're
She
not perfect
know.
though. You know what I'm saying? She reacted how she reacted, but it might have been a one-time thing for her. She might not always be that upset when things
Mhm.
occur. So
But I feel like I don't think that's an excuse. I feel like it was something so small and you blew it up. So then that means that when something is bigger, then you gonna go off. She might be a
you see that?
what?
She said she's gonna
That's
go off. You don't know
subjective
that
though.
though. You feel me? Right? Yeah.
The
You
level
What?
of
basing
it
off
is
you basing
subjective.
off you basing off one situation. You don't know her like that to say that she always acted like that or she always will act like this.
Yeah.
I
Respectfully,
know,
friend.
but
Respectfully.
what I don't know if that's what I said. I do apologize if I said that, but I'm basing it off of if you can blow up off of this one situation, right? I would almost bet that if this bothered you, anything else is like phew, fire started. So I guess she got the fire too, cause she gonna scratch somebody's shit up and she gonna break some shit.
Damn.
Listen, yo, I'm savage. I've been savage, but I don't always got to be savage. And just because I'm savage in one situation where I go off because I'm pissed, I don't always react that same way. It's just I was triggered, and whatever happened that particular day, I might have had just a really bad day. I didn't control my emotions like I typically would. So I'm just saying
Mhm.
to Bennett to her support, you don't know if she always acts like that. The fact that she apologized before it even came up on the show kind of shows that she understood what she did was wrong, and she get ahead of it because she knows that's not probably not her typical way of moving. They ain't in her
Not,
character.
not necessarily. Sometimes people can tell you how that shit made you look, and they said it's bad and made you look bad, and then you probably lost some people off of it too, and then you apologize. So because even like I seen that with one of the Dallas seasons, like somebody was getting ready and he was getting ready to drop his apology before that shit happened. Like, wait, y'all, I'm not what you seen in the next scene. You know what I mean? It's not really me, but you know.
Mhm. Yeah. So I think we have we good on Kiara
Yeah,
and Jay?
yeah.
We got Deanna and Khalil. And I think we're seeing some of the things that we were aware of about her, that she really didn't need a man for much. She don't really
That
feel
was
a
horrible.
romantic connection yet, and she basically has too much integrity to fake anything else, like a fake connection or anything like that. I get it, I get it. She probably got to compete and kind of prove herself every day at work, and she's clearly been successful at it for as long as she's been um, fighting fire. So it's just who she is at this point. But I think there is a guy for her, just not the 10 that was on the show.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that what she went for a man, or what a man can do for her, whatever that was, I think that was crazy though. Like, fix the paint and take out the trash. And don't get me wrong, I'm one of them people too. Like, I want you to take out the trash and cut the grass and shit like that. But it just really sounded crazy. Like, I could put more shit to it than that.
Respectfully, right? Because I seen the comments.
Mhm.
Let me know. I want to learn. What did y'all want her to say? Because when I watched the show, I didn't think much of it. I was like, okay, take out the trash and paint.
Yeah.
She ain't asking for much. I like that. Like, she don't need a
Yeah.
lot. So
Yeah, you
y'all
know what that sound
dragged
like?
her in the comments.
It sounded like hyper independence. So it sounded like, you can't do shit for me. I really don't need a man. All you can do is take out the trash and fix the paint.
No,
That's what I picked up.
I didn't see it. I took it as, I'm not going to ask you for much. It doesn't mean I don't need you. Like, I think Angie's perspective was kind of extreme. Like Deanna was saying, like, I want a man. I don't mind having a man. It's just not much that he would need to do to keep me happy. But Angie,
Yeah,
I don't need you to do nothing.
that don't sound good to me. I need you to
I
do
want to do it
something.
all.
What you want to go with, nigga? You want somebody that's begging for this and begging for that? Like,
But
she said, yo,
no,
just love me. Just be here for me and
Yeah,
just
but
take out the
be my
trash.
she didn't
presence.
mention that. She didn't mention love. She didn't mention companionship. She just mentioned trash and paint. So that's my point. Like, it wasn't like, I just need somebody to love me, or I just need a partner to go through life with, or whatever the case may be. It was straight trash and paint. So
Dang.
to me, it seemed like,
I guess the men see it different because
Yeah.
I appreciated it. I was like, damn, she asking for much. I like that because whatever I give her is icing on the cake because she asking for
nah.
nothing. So whatever I
Or
give her is like more than what she needs or what she's
or
looking for.
you could give it to her and she just straight be bashing you down. Like, nah, that shit ain't good enough. That shit, get out of here. Like, I don't want that shit. Cause you ain't good enough. Like, I could do this shit by myself, or you know what I mean? You could take it that way too. I think that what you probably dealing with is PTSD, relationship PTSD. So when you hear somebody ask for something so little, you be so hyped because you be like, oh yeah, because I'm tired of jumping through hoops and shit. You know what I'm saying? But in actuality, like, it just sounded
Is that a
weird
shot?
to me.
You shoot? Are you
No, I
shooting?
didn't even take it that
PTSD?
way.
Right. I didn't
I
see that,
didn't take
sweetheart.
it that
I didn't see
way at
that.
all.
Not at all. Right, yeah. I
I
didn't
I'm
see
took
just
that.
this
because why you thinking about
PTSD
it like
relationship.
she
Huh?
don't want nothing? Everybody wants something. She just I
Because she
don't.
said it. She said she needs two things.
Yeah.
That's why
Touches
I
of paint and
said. That's why
trash.
I said it was weird. That's why I said it didn't sound
Yo,
right. It was
imagine
weird.
me opening the doors for her. Imagine me like buy her gifts, buy her dinner. She like, oh shit, I get to go
Or
out and he's
imagine,
paying for
yeah. So
everything
imagine
too.
you open up a door and she be like, "Why the fuck you open the door? Did I ask you to
You
open the door?"
assuming that, sweetheart. You assuming that though. You can't. Don't put that on her because she
No,
independent. Don't put that on her.
no.
I didn't. I just said, "What if?" You
It's a
know,
lot of what
Let me get
ifs.
some
Come
fire.
on,
don't
yo.
don't act like that hyper independence don't come with that. Some people do be like that. Some girls don't want you to open the door or pull their chair out. You seeing it? You like, come on down, stop acting all brand
I
new.
haven't. I haven't. No, I never seen a girl say to open the door for him. That's nutty. Now you're going too far. Come on,
Okay.
yo. Come on, yo.
You got
You
people
wilding.
think about it all the time. You got men that complete strangers. They'll open the door and hold the door for somebody, and she don't even say thank you. She be like, "I got a boyfriend." Like, come on, don't act
Facts.
like
Okay.
people ain't
All
doing
right.
that stuff.
That does happen. But if I'm D's man she dating and me and her talking, if
They also,
she act goofy, yo, that's about opening the door. Come on, yo. Like you don't
but
need a nigga. So then I hear your point.
didn't she also have a thing with Hussein in the horse? Like she wanted the I don't know. It was something like it was like she
She
was
wanted the
like
horse?
they were
What?
fighting
She
for
said
power.
something about giving him the little horse, but I think that was just like a dig on him.
Okay. And then the way that she sunned Cam, like I mean, sometimes you gotta watch these little things. Like she sunned the shit out of Cam. I don't like. I don't even know how he got girls after that one.
Now that's facts, yo. The way she played Cam, yo, and the fact he's still around, yo, I applaud him, man. I won't have nothing to
But
say to her the rest of the show, dog. We had no conversation. Like I've been
but
done
that's
with
what
her,
Man,
yo.
I'm saying. Like you can't. To me, I feel like if you a decent woman, you don't disrespect one man just because he is not what you want, but then you respect somebody else. Because to me, that means that you got an issue. Like you only respect men that show you X, Y, and Z. Cam didn't do nothing to be disrespectful, disrespectful.
He
At
was a
least I didn't
firefighter.
see it.
He was a
Yeah,
firefighter. For her, that was it. She was like,
yeah, they
nah.
truck drivers. They like truck drivers. Oh, now y'all crickets. What else? What else
No,
we got?
I just feel like she just knew that she didn't want it, and she said, "I can't. I don't know how to fake the other stuff.
Yeah. She real, yo. She said,
I
listen,
tell you
end
what
of
it
the day,
is and what it's
a
not."
man, a man not there. That's just what it is, end of the day. But she ain't
sure,
quitting. You gotta fire her.
sure.
Yeah, I think he just wasn't on the show. We almost there, y'all. Just a couple things. I think we're at the. Oh, anything else on Deanna and
Nope.
Oh, hold on. Anything on who?
Khalil?
Yeah, it ain't gonna. I don't think it's matching. I
Yeah,
don't. Yeah, I'm not buying what they're selling.
yeah. You think she's too much? I think you missed the combo, Paul. You think she?
Yeah, I think she might. I think she's overbearing a little bit, and I think that she needs, to take a chill. Because my thing is this here: if you want to be the man and the woman, then what the hell is well, like? Why am I here?
You know, you gotta tame that beast,
I just
man.
think that
That's all
she's
she is. She a
very
lot of woman. Yeah,
independent.
she the man to control
Yeah,
her. She used to
Understood,
being in
but
control.
she's
not
independent. She has an independent profession. That's
understood.
just a particular guy.
No, that's not what it is.
That's
Her profession is saying she's gotten in that profession and she's saying, well, I have to match up and I have to show these men what it is. And so therefore now you don't want people opening up doors. You don't want to be treated like a lady because you're trying to match a man's energy. And feminine energy on male energy is no synergy. We can't do nothing.
so. I think I have a different perspective because I've been military and I've been deployed with
Mhm.
women, and basically, they can come off as I'm pretty much doing what you are doing right now. I'm
Mhm.
shot at. I'm carrying a weapon. Yes, I'm a woman. Don't forget that I'm a woman, but you don't have to baby me.
Understood. But here's the thing is there's, and I'm not making any statement before I say this. I'm not making any statement with regards to her background or upbringing because I don't know this lady. Only thing I know is what I see on the show.
And she from Philly.
Right. But what I'm saying is like when you have either, she was raised by a man and that's it, or she was raised by a woman with no man. But what I will say, based off of that behavior is what I'm getting at, because a man is going to teach his daughter, You make sure the man opens up doors for you. Make sure that he's polite, he's a gentleman, and whatever, and that should be an expectation. But when you don't expect it and you reject it, then that says that I'm not comfortable with being a female in that capacity because, I was never taught that particular part, or I was taught this part. However, it makes me feel weak. You understand what I'm saying? And so here's the thing. You want a man to be a man, right? But there can't be a convenience of it. So in other words, if the intruder's coming in, you want me to get the door, or you want to get the door? Which one?
I think y'all are going to the extreme, man.
It's
Y'all
not the extreme. It's not the extreme because listen,
energy or nothing.
The thing is, Ty, you cannot place a limitation on what I do as a man. Because as a man, you just be a man. That's it. You don't deviate, right? When you wake up in the morning, you don't say, "Oh yeah, you know what? Instead of socks today, I'm gonna just try to put on some pantyhose." As a man, you're gonna put your socks on, lace up your boots, and go out the door. Because that's what men do. The moment you tell me that I can't do that is the moment that I'm not being a man anymore.
Are you getting her confused with Angie?
Huh?
Are you getting her confused with Angie?
Because didn't she say that she didn't like people? This is the firefighter lady, right?
Yeah.
She said she didn't like men open up doors. She said
that for real? Out loud?
She said I work around all these men, and because of that, I have to make sure that I'm this, that, or whatever. Come on, like you can't.
If she said she don't like men open the doors for her, then I apologize. I was wrong on that one. I didn't know she said that. Like,
I don't remember all
said
that, Paul.
She didn't say she didn't like men opening up doors.
Gassing, yo. Y'all gassing,
maybe at work. I don't remember all that.
Okay. Did she say this? Did she say that she has to make sure, but she's basically comparing herself to a man, in other words, because she works around him so much that she can't be, she won't allow the feminine energy take over and whatever. Like the thing is this here. Women should never try to match the energy of a man. I don't give a fuck what career you in.
You gotta understand her profession. Like
I don't care.
She can't fail, right? She cannot fail. If somebody die for something that a man can do that she can't do, it's an issue. So you gotta keep that in perspective.
No, but here's my thing. You sign up for the job, you do the job.
Mm-hmm.
Your job should just be a job. It should not be the gateway to how you live your natural, regular life. You get off work at some point, right? So when you're off work, why do I have to deal with the residual of that?
Come on, Paul. Like you still do work stuff at home, man. Like it translates.
No, listen.
No, your man should actually be decompressing you. He should be peace. You should be happy. You should be able to step in your feminine and be soft.
Yeah, I don't think
this is the place.
Gonna reach
as a man,
her guy.
Listen, as a man, when I come home, when my wife or whatever comes home, this has to be the place where she gets to leave all that fire equipment on the sidewalk or whatever and come in this motherfucker and be a woman. Period.
You acting like the girl gonna be like, nah, don't make me no dinner. Don't make me no breakfast. I got it.
Thank you.
I don't see that from her.
That's how y'all taking it, though. That's how y'all taking it. I didn't tell y'all taking it.
Tyrone.
That's how she came off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like I said, it could be, it just could be my version or my interpretation of what I saw. I don't know. I don't know this woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I dealt with some strong-willed people. I dealt with some very high-level, highly educated folks, and they talk a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
When you approach them and you put that man on them, they show them what a man is. They act different. You know what I mean? So I don't say control them early, but you got to control them. We got to talk to them. You got to let them know who you are. Yeah, tell them, Tyrone.
Courtney's like that. Like Courtney's really a softie.
Understood.
You know what I mean? And sometimes I feel like that's part of a way a woman vets a man.
Well, I'll
They
say
talk
this.
hard. They talk tough, yo. They talk
Yeah.
real tough.
Oh,
Yeah.
I trust me. I know that. You know what I mean? You got to break them down like they're a quarter ounce. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Already know. You
But,
already know.
You be like, come here. And
but
that's
what?
really what
Yes.
you
Come
want
on.
and what you looking for. Come
I
on
Yeah.
in.
think,
I
I
made you
think there's a
breakfast. I did
difference
this. I
because
did that for you.
I
Just
think
Mhm.
there's a difference because even the way Courtney presented on TV is not the same way that this girl is presenting.
Yeah, so if you go back to the beginning of the season when she's talking and doing her confessionals, and when she's starting to talk to all of these men, she's basically saying that, pretty much, look, I'm gonna do me, ain't no man gonna do da 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 and all this stuff, like just that kind of picture was painted. And so my thing is like, yo, how are you painting this picture? Like, well, why do you want to date? I don't know.
And I'm
Yo,
gonna
she
tell
not
you
coming
like,
to she came to the date with the slits on, showing the cheeks. She ain't
No, I
hiding nothing.
no.
So,
There's,
so I'm saying it's like she woman
that's
though. You know what I mean?
that
I'm
that
not
She just
doesn't
saying.
talk
mean
tough.
Oh,
that's just attention.
hold up, time out. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that she's not being feminine in the presence, but it's the mentality. So, like when you come to me and you sit down at the table and you talk to me as a woman and you want to say that you're equal to me and you're not, right? No woman is equal to a man, just like a man is not equal to a woman, right? Let's just be clear. And so when you sit down and talk and sit across from me and you talk to me like me and you is on the same level, same page, same struggle, same hustle, and we not because you work with men, that ain't gonna work with me. That's what I'm saying. And that mentality right there, you gotta leave that shit at the door before you come in the house.
And then you know what? Y'all would be fooling yourself to say, even when she had that interaction with Hussein, right? Hussein seems to be the most laid back person that's on the cast, right? He's taller than her. You understand? So even if he might not be exactly who she wants, he's still presenting as a man. And she still tried to emasculate him.
I agree with that one.
Yeah.
She shit on my man unnecessarily. I agree with that one. Her and Hussein, that was not a good look. I agree.
Right.
Mhm.
But she's doing it because she did it to Cam. You know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all kind of like picking and choosing. Y'all doing it like TV. Like y'all picking the scene, like, oh, right there, she's a girl. Oh no, right there, she's a guy. Right there, she's a girl.
No,
No.
no. What I was saying is they're not bucking on her. They need to buck on her ass and let her know, like, hey, stop playing with me. I ain't no games.
But see,
And they
nah,
should respect you.
they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that, Fernando, because they I gave you I'm sorry, I called you your gov.
No, it's
I'm just
good.
trying to be
I'm Fernando all day.
correct for this, but they're not gonna do that because when men, better than anybody else, we see that energy and we just check out like, man, I don't even feel like doing that. I don't even feel like that. But I'm gonna go over here and rock with this right here.
I agree, dog, but it depends on some of them because some of them is worth the challenge. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, not all of them
Understood,
worth
but
it. Some of them be trying to act all independent and they this, that, and the third, and they equal to men. And you're like, you know what? You got it, boo. Go ahead, queen. You got it, queen. But some of them, you
so
kind of realize like they got potential. Like say Courtney. If you talk to Courtney,
understood.
you see she got a soft side. So you're like, I'm
Mhm.
gonna just work her down to get to that soft side, and then you good. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay,
Some of them worth the
okay.
challenge.
And so here's my question, and that's a very good point you brought up. But here's my question: what is it that you think that these men, or that I'm sorry, what is it that you think she showed these men to say I'm valuable enough to put in the time to go through these stages?
I can't say that on the camera, dog.
What is anyone woman show?
So basically, so what you talking about? You just talking about her ass,
No.
like
What did she
because of her
show?
look?
I'm sorry. What actions has she shown the men
Right,
out
Fernando
there to say
going
that
to her ass.
I'm worth the battle?
Look, man, and I think that is her thing. There's a particular type of guy who likes her and is going to push through whatever
Yeah, and you know what that
the nine
is?
guys that think that she's putting off.
And
Right?
you know what that is? Beta men. Beta men. Anybody
Or a
that's gonna sit
womanizer.
there and
She's
cave.
gotta get a nice woman.
No, I think y'all looking too deep into it.
I think you missed the details on this one. I think you was mesmerized by the booty beat that was hanging out in the chat.
Booty. What
I mean,
booty? I
yeah,
ain't
it
seen no
looked
booty.
good. I ain't gonna lie, it did look good, but you still gotta have. I still have to have a conversation.
No, I just
All right, so I'll say this in my defense, right? So yes, she got a body, is
Mhm.
guaranteed, right? But what I was trying to say earlier was that because the fact that she is able to speak her mind with that
Mhm,
confidence and show that she's like, yo, I ain't taking no bullshit from no man. I don't need
mhm.
you. So being part of my life is just an extra, like, you know what I mean? So that part is what I saw in her to show that, you know what? She's able to be herself, but I may be an addition to her life. And
Yeah,
so that's the part that I was like, that part that I respected about her, that she's able, she don't seem like a gold digger. She don't seem like somebody that's needy, that's thirsty. So those aspects of her is what I like. That's all I'm trying to say.
yeah,
You could be strong and confident, and you still do not have to emasculate the men that try and holler at you. Period.
Absolutely, Lex.
I'm not
Absolutely.
taking no shit. I was raised by my father, but guaranteed I'm still not going to handle you and talk to you that way unless you give me a reason to.
Absolutely. And she handled it
okay,
wrong, like I said about Hussein. So I
So,
got you on that 100.
so
okay.
before we move on, Ty, before we move on, can you give me the whole screen just for one moment?
You, you, Pio won the solo shot, huh? Pio wants the
Thank you.
solo shot.
So, ladies, I want you to know this. It is okay to authentically be yourself and to receive love from a man. Please do not go to a man and tell a man that he can't give you or do for you whatever. Okay? Because that's a turnoff. Just be there. Be in the moment. Let's continue.
Yeah, I think we definitely have. So this is what I like. We have different perspectives, different outlooks on life. Like I said, I've seen career soldiers as women,
Mhm.
different professions with women, and often men judge them just off of the regular introduction. You're already judging her, and sometimes they can't even say what they do for a living out of fear of a man being judged. And then, God forbid, she show any gumption or strength or any intestinal fortitude in herself, then men start to back off and get weak and don't even want to deal with it. You know, and my sister been 20 plus years 911 operator, right? And like I said, I mentioned the soldiers, the atmosphere that they work in, the environment that they work in is 95% men. And the men there will judge them if there's something that they can't do because of their physical nature or stature. So subconsciously, they feel like they have to compete on that level and prove themselves. And
So that's called insecurity.
it's not an insecurity. Like you have to be able to understand that because like a family can sue, right? Let's just say it's almost like calling an ambulance and the person's unqualified to do the job. If you call the fire department and the first one off the wagon is a woman and they can't carry your dad out the room, then the family could sue them.
Understood. But again, ain't nobody suing you when you come across the threshold of
But I,
that door.
but I don't think that's it.
You gotta,
I think the right guy could scoop her off her feet easy.
all right. So let me just say this. Let me just do this in very layman's. When I sit here and I talk to people, and I want to, when I'm in business settings, I'm not sitting there like, yo, man, what the fuck y'all niggas got for me? Right? But I'm like, okay, so how are we going to negotiate the terms of our agreement? Right? Hold on.
Mhm.
And then when I leave the job, I'm like, yo, what's up, my G? What's good? You know what I mean? And I'm talking at ease because that was work. This is the real world. This is real life. And so that's the separation that has to happen when you are in those types of positions. You got to be able to separate yourself.
So are you saying that she can't separate
No, because you came on a dating show with that energy, and there's no firemen there. I mean, Cam, but he ain't dating you.
I do not believe. I mean, you've seen all the men individually.
All right.
Come on.
Now,
come on, man.
Okay, she's she's nice aesthetically to look at and all of that.
Uh-huh.
But then why does she only have one connection?
Look at the dudes that was there that would fit her.
Why does she only have one connection?
You need a man, dog.
Yeah,
You need a
man. You need
man.
So let me ask you something. You two that's taking up for her, you guys are man enough? That's what you're saying?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah.
Is it a question? I'm confused.
But then
I won't be talking about the
you
question.
saying it, so you two are more manly than all the men on the season.
I didn't
Lex, now
say
you doing
that.
too much, Lex. Now you doing
I
too much,
didn't
Lex,
say
man.
that. I'm
Yeah,
just
don't do
saying.
that, dog. Don't do that, dog.
I think Deanna makes it very
Don't
clear
laugh,
what
yo. Don't laugh at her, yo. She doing
she
too much,
wants
yo.
and what would make her happy.
Fucking messy boots.
I think it's clear. You know.
Hey, respect to all the fellas on the Philly show. That girl ain't for you. Y'all ain't for her. Simple as that. That's
And
all it
the
is,
men
dog.
are
All it
smaller
is.
than her, right?
Y'all just need to call a duck a duck.
All the men are
Quack, quack,
physically
nigga.
smaller
Quack,
than
quack.
her, right? All of them.
All
Khalil
of it.
She can bench press all
needs
of them. Let's
30,
keep it
40
100.
pounds
She
less,
can bench press them,
right?
except Cisco. So she can bench
We
press.
already saw Naeem wasn't a match because of the kids. Everyone else may have had a connection already. And Cam tried. So, like,
I'm not saying
interest is there.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with her. There's nothing wrong with her, but there's something wrong with the approach that she's bringing to these men. She seems like, I mean, if she eased up on the, I need to show everybody up front right now that I can handle myself, in these whatever. I don't care if you can do that. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, who cares? I can handle myself too. But what can we handle right here, like together? And is the juice going to be worth the squeeze if I'm putting in all of this goddamn work to battle this person? Like, I don't want to battle.
And maybe that's the conversation she needed to hear when she offered some pushback.
That's true.
You don't just sit there and just and be like, she got bad attitude, so I'm leaving.
Thank you.
No, I would never do that.
That's all we saying. That's all we saying.
I don't even think she
back.
I don't think she has a bad attitude. I mean, like I said, she seems like a professional person. I think she's just strong and stuck in what she believes that she needs to present to men. And you don't have to do that.
Okay.
That's all.
Hey, to Tamasha, who asked
my last comment on the issue.
So in the comments, right in the chat, Shorty said, "What kind of men will work for her?" DC, Shorty. So we saying, time. You're not listening.
I know. I got a lot of friends.
You know what I mean?
I got friends waiting on to see her to shoot. Yeah, I mean. She bought what? Same size as Camille.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Oh,
and Cornelius is all on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Who the same size as Camille?
You know what I'm saying.
You talking about her butt? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Let's make it make sense.
The difference between Camille, though, is that Camille didn't say, look, I don't need no man to do nothing, and I'm just going to be strong and show you that I can do everything you can do as a man.
And fairness, Camille has a personality. Camille funny. Camille is womanly. Camille is feminine. Whereas Miss D, it's different. It's just different. I hear that part.
And that's the thing, like, it's so, like, I think that she doesn't feel the safe space to let her hair down as a woman because she's always in either competition or matching energy from men at every 8 hours out of the day or 12 hours or whatever type of shift she works.
Okay.
So
Okay. we on. We
Okay,
good.
so, all right.
Go
So,
ahead.
what did you think about the fact that somebody's getting eliminated at the end of one day? Isn't that something new? That never happened before.
That's how it always
Mm-mm.
was. It's always
At
been
the
like,
end of one day?
Yeah.
mhm.
Because if
That seems weird.
you bull junking with 2 or 3 connections. Come on now. We need to. I think we saw that. Who do we see that with? With Randall, right?
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So who you think going home?
I think it should be maybe 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4 people.
You throwing the whole cast away?
No.
Right, y'all said get rid of all of them, y'all. Get them out.
No,
Get 'em out of
Deanna and Khalil, because that's not working. And Angie seems to be the odd person out. So that's at least 3.
Yep.
Everyone else seems to be trying.
Yeah.
I'm blowing Khalil ain't got connection. I thought Khalil was a good dude, Joe. And kind of to get this far and I had nobody, I was like, damn, bro.
Khalil is like, you know, he's not engaged. He's there. He's like,
He
yo, I
seems
mean, you know, hey, if we can get something going on, we can get something going on. But hey, you know, otherwise, I'm just here.
I think he lost out on Tay. I think he went in. I think he could have been a little bit more confident in that first conversation.
he seems focused on something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where we at right now, y'all? I think there's only a few more things that happen. That's the conversation with Jay and Khalil about he messed up with Kiara. He's explaining that it was nothing, but clearly we still see that the physical touch was an issue, slapping the ass, talk about being naked oil rubs, and the joke at the end. So, like, I know on multiple occasions we were saying it was almost nothing, and Kiara was overreacting. She even apologized. But imagine just playing the audio or just playing no audio and just showing the video and be like, this is your man or this is your girl. Come on. But context does matter, so I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we reversed it, I'm sure he would have an issue.
Yep.
I think she probably acting madder than she was, just to kind of emphasize it a little bit. Like, I don't know if she's sicing it or what, but she like, you shouldn't be that mad, sweetheart. So maybe it's more to it.
Yeah. I think it's just his intent. He knew it meant nothing.
I'm different. I'd have took you in that room. You'd have never looked at another motherfucker for the rest of the trip.
Okay, Lex.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like you fight fire with fire. Like, what you talking like? What? Oh, you got time? Got you. Come here.
Fire. Heat. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what? No.
I think that was it. The rest was just the fellas talking to Tommy about where they stand, and then Tommy ends up telling them that, you know,
Can we show that episode can we show that just the scene with Tommy and the fellas talking? I just wanted to point something out.
Okay. Yeah.
Hold on. No, it's not playing yet. Okay. Yeah, here we go.
Woo, with the shirts off. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I wasn't looking at that.
Right.
I was trying to. This was the first time I realized, because I sat beside Tommy and all that stuff in the in the men's lounge, and this is the first time I realized that Tommy ain't got no neck. That's what I was just trying to point out. Okay.
Who was looking at Tommy when you got all them bare chests around?
That's the man with clothes on. Looking at the man with clothes on. That's what we're doing.
Nobody paying attention to Tommy. Tommy could have had 3 necks and nobody would have seen it.
Yeah, I said, damn. I said, all this time I realized Tommy ain't had no neck. I should have been cracking on him. I should have been cracking on him.
Man,
Damn.
do some things. I think throat surgery and all that stuff too. So they probably,
Damn.
probably not trying to show. But all right, Paul.
And this
Shout
head
out
look
to
like
Paul.
a thumb. His head look like a thumb poking out of his shirt.
Uh-huh.
All right, but good. I'm done with it.
I think that's it, y'all. What are we predicting for next week?
Angie out of there.
It looked like Jay is having a date with Kiara.
How you have a date inside the house?
No, it looks like, I mean, they made it look like Kiara is possibly eliminating Jay. That's what they made it look like.
How?
Or
If
maybe
men
it
got
was
the
a
power.
date. Maybe it was a date after the house. But I don't know why they would show that.
Oh, I
You'll
don't know.
see. Hold on. Let me see if I can get to next week.
Yeah, shout out for Tommy for beating cancer, man. I ain't nothing to play with. I'm glad he beat it.
So this is next week, right? Deanna and Khalil, Angie and Cam. And then
Those two definitely
Oh
smashed.
man. Yeah. He was jumping up and down on
I
that.
think they're talking about wanting more time together.
Damn. Hussein, you let Rose get away, bro? Where Hussein at? Come on, man. Get your ass in this room.
And then
She did too much crying, too much nagging.
so this looks like a date, right?
Nah, it looked like they just was talking about it.
Nah, but
No,
they're
it
not.
looks
Right here.
They're not,
Right
at
here.
the
Like
looks
a
house.
like
They're not at the house here.
no. This looks like a bubble date.
They're in somebody's restaurant right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh, like an elimination. Oh, what's a bubble day? I asked last time and y'all didn't answer me.
It's when you may or may not get eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
Like on a Friday, nobody wants to have a date.
And you know, I'm
On
gonna
a
tell
Friday.
y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something funny. Scroll back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit more, just like 2 seconds more.
Okay.
A little bit more. Okay, right there. And when I say pause, I want you to pause and I'm gonna tell y'all something funny. Funny story. Let's see.
So the other thing about these interviews that y'all are seeing today,
Mm-hmm.
the house already happened. So it's funny seeing them try to still be mad or to still try to explain what already happened in the house.
Right.
Like you can hear Kiara saying, "Now I'm pissed, right? I'm downright livid or whatever." I just think that'd be funny.
Oh, hit the play button real quick. I'll tell you when to stop it. Just let it ride, let it ride.
And Rose been looking tired these last couple weeks.
Yeah. This is the part, like I said, where people ready to go.
Yeah, she been looking tired.
Pause. Wait, no. Hit it again. Hold up.
What are you trying to point out, Paul?
I'm going to tell you, it's a funny story. Pause. Wait, go back. Just a tad. One little
Frame, 2 frames?
Yeah, right there. Stop right there. All right. So here's what happened. When we was filming Ready to Love and they gave out the checks, I got a check that had it had a lot of zeros on it. And when they gave it to me, if you look there, that name, Paul Taylor, I have the same name as the executive vice president of Ready to Love or Lighthearted Entertainment.
Mhm.
So they mismatched payments. And they
Ah,
gave me that big ass check.
uh-huh.
And I was like, what the? I'm like, is this bonus? I had
Uh-huh.
no idea. So I was about to hit the bank.
Ah.
And I was like, all right, let me just ask y'all, like, because I asked everybody else, like, yo, did y'all get like, this big ass check? Like, it was big. And they was like, no, I didn't get that shit. I was like, I don't know. And then Anthony and them called me and was like, yo, hey, we gave you the wrong check. I'm like, my name is on this motherfucker. It's like, nah, you got the wrong check. So
Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
in
You're
the
a good
chat,
guy.
let us know what y'all think is gonna happen next week. I think we saw Angie, Deanna, Khalil. And did we see who Angie was talking to? Was it Cam? I don't think we saw.
Correct me if I'm wrong. On y'all getaways, men and women slept in the same room?
oh yeah, Jordan Clifton did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole point. Jordan Clifton was in the same room
Every
together.
year. Every
Mhm.
Okay, so you had Joy and Clifton. Who else? Who else?
So then I know, when I was there,
so,
we had there was beds everywhere. There was no specific room. It was a big ass room with like 4 beds in there. And I had the biggest bed.
The only reason why I asked because I remember on Dallas, right? They had bunk beds.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
depends on how cheap they went.
Yeah, they had the men in bunk beds. I'm like, wait a minute. So
We
I
got
didn't
one
know
cheap ass
if
mansion.
together.
Donovan and Tori was sleeping in bunk beds too.
Um,
Yeah, they had the cheap mansion.
okay.
All right. I think it's time to close out, y'all. We're at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
Lex, you want to lead us off?
All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. It's your girl Lex Royal. You're in the Ready to Love Facebook group. I didn't get to do my rant this week, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and go live in the group.
That's right. We missed that.
Who's it on?
Go ahead, Fernando.
Yo, you already know it's your man, P.O. Check me out on www.ptaylorlux.com. But before, real quick, just to do a quick infomercial. Here's my latest calf skin, all 100% handmade calf skin leather bags, fully functional, smells good on my site. Your boy.
Yo, Fernando, try being savage. You see, I'm on vacation. I got 3 more islands to visit. I'm right now. I'm just left St. Croix. Tomorrow, St. Martin, then St. Lucia, then Barbados. Then I leave out of Puerto Rico, go back to DC. Follow me, see me. Thank you for being here. See y'all next time.
That's the original area codes.
Thank y'all
That's
so much.
community team.
And the audience and chat for joining me for the panel. Go and support Lex in our 2 groups on Facebook, the Never Ever Mets, and the official Facebook group. It'll say the official Facebook group. Paul's website, Paul's gear is really, really nice. Fernando's always jet setting. I'm gonna talk to y'all, but yeah, I'll probably be able to get on your schedule. Fernando and me, Ty Wilson 21, everywhere. Thank y'all for joining us tonight, and we'll see y'all next week.
And do not follow Fernando because I'm hating on him.
Stop, chill, yo, chill. Don't be like that.
All right,
leave area codes out there.
I see y'all. Be safe out there.